Hey guys, Infidel 1258 here. Today I want to talk to you about why I continue to walk in confidence. I want to give you one amazing reason why I think you should too. Splinterlands is an amazing game driven by amazing people that are selfless and are scrupulous and who have amazing goals and are visionary and yet give us reason to believe in who they are. Like, give us reason to walk in confidence as we look at those who are driving this car or who are leading this ship. And I think Yabbamat is that guy. And I think we have reason to trust who he is. And I think we have examples that are right here within the most recent town hall. And I want to talk about it and why I think Yabbamat in particular is an example of why I am walking in confidence with Splinterlands as a massive investment for my life. And so I hope you stick around for me on this one. But before we do, we got to go over to Splintercoach, and we just got to say splintercoach.com, $5 a month. You can track your personalized battle history. You can see how often you're winning or losing with each summoner or monster, and that information is really helpful because one, it's fun to look at, but two, it's actually going to help you win more often, and more wins equals more rewards. So check it out, splintercoach.com, $5 a month. So Splinterlands is a video game that I have a massive investment in. And some of you have big investments, or maybe big is a subjective, adjective. You have $100, but that's a lot of money maybe for a video game. You have $500, $1,000, $50,000. That's roughly what I've got. And I'm saying that's a huge investment for a video game. But I'm so confident in the future where this game is aiming for a lot of reasons that I talk to you about a lot of the times. But today I feel like we have a fundamental consideration that I can hold up. One undeniable example of why I think you can walk in confidence for what this game is, because of who it's driven by, because of the passion and the personal sacrifice put out by the people that are running this show. And I think Yabbamat is a shining example of that. So Yabba, if you hear this, buddy, we love you and appreciate your leadership. Just keep it up. And let's get into it, guys. I don't know if you saw this. I just saw it today. The town hall notes. The town hall from this week, lots of interesting stuff. I'm not going to summarize the town hall, but just one thing I do want to quickly say about this town hall is I'm pumped to see the SPS staking is now in ranked battle rewards, and I'm seeing that my rewards are being roughly the same as what they were pre this change, and so and yet I have a lack of SPS like for where I should be at Champ 2, but my rewards are still about where they left off. So that's interesting to note. I'm going to continue to watch that, and I'll maybe report on that in a separate video in the future. But the thing I wanted to look at here today specifically is how I think we can look. It's interesting to see what Matt's doing to, I guess, continue to build confidence in our community. I don't know if you know this. I'm going to assume most of you will. We recently had the Great Burning. And in the Great Burning, we saw 540 million DC or DCB being destroyed forever. That's amazing. This was a huge win, not just because we saw that much DC being deleted, but because this initiative was driven by community desire and community effort to get rid of DC, which is so important so that we can see the flywheel mechanic begin. And it was driven not by a new card inflation, etc., but by a few resources being put out and made available as rewards that drove excitement, and the whole guild point element that drew excitement and attention and eyeballs, and the new title too. So people got invested, people got excited, they got behind it. I finished 119th, that burnt 800 plus thousand DEC. And then on this top three, we see right here, Yabbamat. The guy comes out and he burns, look at this, 19 million DCB. And 19 million DCB at current prices, that's 19 million DC, or DCB in this case, at 00076, which is where we're at right now, roughly. DC is 000763. We're talking a US dollar value of 14.4. It's nearly 15,000 US dollars that was just deleted by this man out of his own pocket to see what? To see excitement be driven for this burning, to create tension on the leaderboard. Who's going to win this thing? If you want, remember they were giving, what were they giving away? I think they were giving away a tract. Is that right? Let's go back to the, oh, I have to pull it up. Yeah, right here actually. The number one won a legendary title, a tract of land, and 7,200 chances to receive other prizes. And then there was 50 plus land for second and third as well. And then more and more and more. I think there was 3,500 prizes in total. So he, just by way of putting his own money where his mouth is, he draws a need. He draws a line in the sand where if you want these tracts, if you want these plots of land, you need to put more than 15 grand down. And I think he doesn't have to do that. That's the first thing. This is one right now. This is a totally separate example from where we're going to land on why I trust Matt. But he puts 15 grand of his own money into this thing just to spark excitement around the burning. That's crazy. That's awesome. That makes me trust this guy. That makes me believe that he believes in where Splinterlands is aiming and where it's going to land. And that he has the same desire to see this game succeed that I do. Like, that's awesome. I don't believe that about Blizzard or about, any other developer. I think they want my money, period. I don't, but I look at Matt. Yes, of course, he's a businessman, but I see so much more of a partnership here. I see an involvement and eagerness. And I hope you see that. If you don't, maybe this isn't for you, but I'm saying this is an example. And then we go further and we look, okay, great. He spent 15 grand. That's, one thing. You might argue, well, he just wanted the 50 plots of land. He just wanted the 6,400 chances to receive a prize. He wanted that title. Maybe. He wanted the guild points. Sure. I want the guild points. I participated. I want the guild points. I want the chances to win. Maybe that's all it was. No, man. In the most recent post, we learned from the town hall, he goes, Yabbamat has generously donated all of his winnings from the participating in the Splinterlands Year 5 Great Burning. And they're going to be given away to Splinterlands TV with the sole purpose of giving back to you, our viewers. That's 50 plots of land, 44 Nightmare packs, 44 Riftwatcher packs, 19 Untamed, 7 betas, and 1 Rooney. I think the land plots, if I recall correctly, are unsurveyed or unclaimed, meaning they could potentially be hundreds or thousands of dollars individually. Probably they're going to end up being commons because mathematically that's just likely. But these are potentially massive rewards. And this is one more example. He doesn't have to do this. He didn't have to burn $15,000 worth of his own money. You might have seen Splinterlands do that to fight. I could almost imagine Splinterlands spending corporate dollars to chase after this to drive the leaderboard higher. Of course, they didn't, but I could almost imagine that having happened. But no, their personal money being burnt. Cryptomancer's right there. Yabbamat's right there. Peak Monsters, who's obviously like one of the market makers, best, in my opinion, best market in the game, and spending this is their hard-earned cash, man, and they're spending it because they believe in this game. And they want the SPS flywheel to take effect, and they want this economy to spike and to go where we think it can. They believe in what this game is, and I do too. And it's because of people like them and visionaries and contributors like them. That's part of why. It's also because I think it's fun and I think it has a future. But man, the passion that I see in the team, Yabbamat in particular, is so great. So it's awesome he spent 15 grand. But then the next level is that he's giving away those rewards. Are you kidding me? I mean, those are his. He has no obligation to do that. He has none. But he just wants to drive excitement over this game. He'd rather throw away $15,000 so that people might look at his game and then find the joy and the fun that we walk in, or at least that I walk in when I enjoy this game. And I think this is a prime example, an amazing example of sort of the commitment and the passion and the scrupulousness and the commitment to his own vision. He sees what Splinterlands could be, and he's actually willing to do everything he can. Sacrifice his time, sacrifice his money, because he sacrifices time all the time. The town halls he comes and spends hours at, the YouTube channels that he comes and visits and does these interviews for. And man, this should be an example for you of why this game will land where they're aiming, because people like Yabbamat are driving and they're giving away everything to make it happen. They're doing everything they can, and in fact more than others would, because they are that passionate and that excited and that committed to seeing that Splinterlands ends up where they're aiming at. And that's it, man. This is just one small example, but I think it's more than that, because it's actually the participation in the burning is an example, but then the giving away of the resources that he won is another example. And I think it goes on and on and on. The participation on the town halls, the time that he doesn't need to spend on YouTube channels, sharing this stuff, and even driving attention to Splinterlands TV through the contributions in this way, because it could be raffled off in a million ways. But it's like, hey, these are our people who pay attention to the game. Yes, there's some people that are there just for rewards, but man, how great would it be if Twitch ends up giving the partnership to Splinterlands TV, and they end up having the opportunity to earn revenue through that? And wouldn't that be great for the quality content creators that are over there? I mean, so it's like win coming and going. I love it. Yabbamat's amazing. This team's amazing. The commitment from these guys. Cryptomancer was on that list too. It's amazing. And for me, this is one of the strongest examples of why I believe in the future of this game. Not just because I think they're geniuses. Yes, they are. Not just because I think they're visionaries. Yes, I do. But because I think they're actually committed and sold out and passionate to see this thing work and to succeed. And that's why I think they're going to get where they're aiming. So thanks a lot for your time and attention. I hope you have an amazing day. Make sure you check out splintercoach.com. $5 a month. It's well worth it, and it's fun to enjoy. Have an amazing day, guys. God bless.